Hey everybody, I've been wanting to do this project for quite some time. We are going to make a beaded pedestal. So this is really cool. I've seen a lot of people do it and I thought, well, I need to do one too. So I have all these little supplies. I have these little thin rounds that are a little bit too small for door hangers. So I was trying to think of something I could do with them. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue my beads. Now I'm just gonna hot glue. If you want to get really technical, you can do wood glue. But I'm just going to glue these beads on here. Now this can take some time. This is probably the most time-consuming part of this project. But let's see how quickly we can buzz through it. Perfect. So there is my beaded round. Now, I'm going to make a pedestal out of it, but you could, if you wanted to, make a cute little sign. You could put a rope hanger. You could stencil something cute on there. These little rounds were gifted to me by one of our sweet past employees, Olivia. And so she got them from Woodpecker's Crafts. This was in the packaging. So if y'all, I don't know if you can see that, but if you're wondering where this little thin round came from, I think that's where she got it. All right, so now I turned my glue gun off. I'm not gonna need it for now. These are the cute little feet for the pedestal. So when we're done, it will have cute little feet. And I don't know if I'll do 3 or 4 feet, but it will have feet. Now these I got, I'm pretty certain, from Hobby Lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 in a package, and it's from that Woodpile brand, which sometimes you'll get them on sale. But they're the cutest little feet. They're actually candle holders, I think. Taper holders. What are they called? Candlesticks. But I'm going to use them for feet. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stencil this pretty design. I absolutely love it. Well, I may not. I might should have stenciled it before I glued the sticks. So we may have to go with something a little smaller. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stain it. So let's let this dry. I'm not going to do the little dryer on the video, but let's let it dry and then we'll pick back up and do our stencil on it and add our feet. And in the meantime, I'm going to be staining my feet. So I won't make you sit through that, but I will stain them and we'll be back in just a bit. Okay, we're back. So I was letting this dry and I took a quick walk with the hubs and now we're back. So I think I'll be able to stencil it now. We'll see. I stained all the little feet. They might need a little more stain, but they're good for now. And I stained the back because that would have bothered me once I was finished that the back wasn't stained. So let's do this. Let's take this beautiful rose or floral screen print stencil and lay it not sure how I want to do this. Let's see. I'm wondering if I should do it like right in the middle. Let's see. know, it's so hard to decide. I guess we can always add some elements around it if it's not quite right. And a lot of times these little trays, we're sitting things on them, so you don't really see the design, but you do want it to be placed properly, where it might kind of nestle in to the bottom half. And then if I want, I can add a little bit to the top half, or that would leave the top half for you to put your little goodies on it. A lot of people put little trinkets, beads, salt and pepper. All right, so let's get this nailed down. I'm not going to use this design. I'm only going to use this design, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if we love it, see if it works well. So I'm pressing it down really well. I'm going to use white. And I'm going to use, now I'm using gel art ink because you can use stains, paints, whatever you want with this, but I find that the gel art ink works the best. So for me, this consistency of a paint, and it cleans up the best. So I'm pressing this ink into the design, and we shall see what happens. And I might like to have a faded look to my design rather than, I'm going to use the opposite side because it feels better in my hand, rather than a solid look. That way I won't have to really sand it much. It already has a little bit of a distressed look. And I'm just making sure that I get in all the little grooves. Now, a lot of people will do these and they seem to not use much paint at all, which is always interesting to me, because I feel like I use way more paint than they do. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's going to be beautiful. The other neat thing is you have to be careful with these stencils, but you can kind of peel them up and see what's happening underneath. But do be careful. Don't peel up too much. I get a little anxious and I want to see what's going on down there. So I'm just making sure that I have paint in every little piece of the design. And if you miss a piece, that just will add to the distressed look of it. So no worries. So pretty. I think I've gotten everything. Looks a little pink to me, but I'm gonna assume that's the color from the previous paint because I was using red. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay guys, I'll let y'all look. Okay, ready? Look how gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. So then if you want, you could take a piece of this design and kind of work it in, or we can leave it with just this, which is really very pretty. And I may just do that and just use it, because that way I'll have some areas to sit some little like salt and pepper or little trinkets. But that turned out really pretty. So there's that. The next step is going to be, we need to let this dry. We don't want to damage it in any way. It's gorgeous. I love it. The next step is going to be figuring out how many feet to put. and where we want the feet. So a lot of these people, I don't see them measuring, I just see them sticking feet on. They're just gluing. But I guess we could do 4 feet. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm actually going to see if I can find the center and glue them on. But in the meantime, I'm going to let my beautiful design dry. So let's just take a break and we'll be right back.